Welcome back to Airstat with Perry. Airstat's a charter company based in Columbia, South Carolina, and I'm Perry, Chief Pilot. And today we're going to do a little flight just out of Sarasota up to Charleston, South Carolina. A little rain in the area. It'll be me and Steven. So it'll be a nice little short flight, but we absolutely want to have you along for it and hope it's an interesting flight. So let's get flying. Do us a favor, like and subscribe, and, help us out. Go to the merch store and buy a coffee mug, especially for anyone in your life with a mustache. Thanks a lot. We appreciate it. All right, so here we are in Atlantic. As I said, we'll be leaving here shortly, and Ashby is the aviation professional at the front desk today that's helping us out, and she's the latest follower of Airstat with Perry. Go Ashby. So y'all give us a like, and off we go.
System test okay.
Okay.
All right, I'm with you.
You are with me. I'm with me. We're all here together. Let's get rolling. Right.
You ready to go?
Yeah.
All right. Sarasota ground citation 577 X-ray whiskey is Atlantic South with Lima, ready for taxi.
577 X-ray whiskey, only 32 taxi via Juliet Charlie.
Juliet Charlie.
32 via Juliet Charlie, 577 X-ray whiskey. All right, be left turn Juliet, and left turn Charlie.
You happen to have 2 batteries on you?
I do not. Up front I do.
That's fine, I'll just listen to it. Listen to it yell.
Did it just die on you?
Yeah, of course.
Of course it did.
Of course it did. I have 2, but not with me. All right, left on Juliet.
Left on Juliet, then left on Charlie.
All right, taxi checklist. Well,
clear on the right.
You're able.
Engine instruments.
Green and normal.
Fuel quantity.
We have 4,000 pounds and need about 2,000.
Sufficient to get us back. Flight instruments.
Flight instruments are blue over brown. 29907 gives us sea level. And we have no flags or failures waiting on speed.
Roger, I'll get this for you momentarily. Avionics, we're at 2157 on the clock, 1965 for our departure. You're clear to the left.
All right.
And flight plan is as filed. I'll brief the departure one final time for you here. Everything else is set. Autopilot. Electric elevator trim.
Okay, it operates. It can be disconnected.
Check 335, clear 32,
flight controls.
Right,
check 335, there's going with taxi
speed brakes are
via Alpha Bravo, cross runway
TRs.
22, via right hand turn on Bravo.
They are.
Okay, Alpha Bravo, cross 22, via right turn on Bravo, flight check 335.
We got 1, 2, and 3 set.
Pressure source.
Sarasota ground at 313 Atlantic with black, ready taxi.
Set. And any ice is de-ice our previously checked PRV2 and fan speeds. I'll get for you here.
Okay.
Crew briefing.
Okay, standard stuff, just waiting on the discussion of the departure procedure.
Alright, those are all up. That should go around.
Maintain 5,000, expect 450 and 10, 119.
For the departure, it's going to be 319 on your heading.
588.
That's set.
You got correct.
319 to 530 feet, then left turn direct Aqua to cross at 2600 at or below 220 knots, then on track to cross fins at or above 4,000, and then at or below 5,000, or correction, at 5,000, 250 knots at or below.
Okay. Bravo 2-4, visit. American 2679.
You ready to go?
Ready.
All right. Sarasota Tower, citation 577, X-ray whiskey, holding short, 32, Charlie 8, ready for departure.
Citation 577 X-ray whiskey, Sarasota Tower, runway 32, clear for takeoff.
Clear for takeoff, runway 32, 577 X-ray whiskey. All right, lights, heats.
Lights and
ground
heats
out
are on.
Go. Gets on 215.
Release flaps are set, airspeeds annunciators, altimeter, speed brakes, and trim.
All right, runway's clear. You're clear for takeoff.
All right.
32, spool on. Power set. Speed's alive. 80, cross check. E1, rotate. Positive rate.
Gear, lights, yaw damp.
All right, gears moving, lights are off, yaw damp's on. 400 feet.
Flaps up.
Flaps
For
moving up.
takeoff checklist.
Roger. You are direct nav to Aquay up to 2600 below 220 knots.
Turning left.
All right, gear
Below
is up, lights are off, sinks on, igniters are off, all set.
Citation 7 X-ray whiskey, contact Tampa departure.
Over to Tampa departure, 7 X-ray whiskey, see ya. Tampa departure, good afternoon, citation 577, X-ray whiskey 1600, climbing via the tides 1.
Citation 577, X-ray whiskey, Tampa departure, I-10. You climb unrestricted, maintain 1-2000.
Unrestricted climb up to 1-2000 with the I-10 577, X-ray whiskey.
1-2000.
7 X-ray whiskey, radar contact 3 miles west of Sarasota. Number 7 X-ray whiskey, turn right direct to Brung on course.
Direct Brung on course, 577, X-ray whiskey.
Yes, sir.
Alright, direct run with the nav. You're clear right.
Okay, thank you.
Departure at 3/3 sands on the tides 1 to 2.5 for 5,000. Airport inside, Southwest 3385.
Alright, we're through 10,000.
385, clear visual approach, runway
You wanna put that
32,
shield in
contact
between
tower
the seats.
120.1.
That's an easier place to put it.
7 X-ray whiskey, contact Miami Center 132.35.
3235, 7 X-ray whiskey, see ya. Miami, good afternoon, citation 577, X-ray whiskey 10,900, climbing 1-2000.
577 X-ray whiskey, roger, climb, maintain flight level 200.
Climbing 200, 577, X-ray whiskey.
200. Yeah, when he said unrestricted climb, I so wanted to have a pair of afterburners. It would have been a whole different picture.
Just sent it.
Citation 5, afterburners on. If you pull it up and release it, it might. Yeah. So we're getting into a little rain, but the temperature is still plus 10. Leaving the rain behind, we'll run up the west side of Florida, over the Okefenokee Swamp, I guess, and then hit Georgia, turn right, go to Charleston.
Basically what it looks like, doesn't it?
Yeah.
For Savannah.
All right, autopilot is on. Vertical speed selected. Cool.
Hope you don't mind if I enjoy some lunch.
Oh no, you can have lunch.
Yeah, here a perfect example of my my second meal of the day. Processed crap from a wrapper.
I'm gonna pull the power back a little bit, put the anti-ice on, since we're at plus 5 degrees, and the ice temp is gonna be about.
Let me get 313, 12,000.
7 X-ray whiskey, safe speed.
246.
Just maintain 250 knots or greater.
250 knots or greater.
250 or greater.
7 X-ray whiskey, contact Jacksonville Center 135.75.
3575, 7 X-ray whiskey, see ya.
It's at 941, you can
Of course he
deviate
wants more
20 left
speed
or
when we
right,
have the
able to
anti-ice
enable.
on.
Of course. We'll get to 200 in 2 to 3 business days.
252, 253.
Jacksonville Center, good afternoon, citation 577 X-ray whiskey 15,900, climbing 200.
Citation 577 Echo Whiskey, Jack Center, climb and main X-ray Whiskey, climb and maintain for level 260.
Climbing 260, 577 X-ray whiskey, and we are 250 or greater on the speed.
Roger.
Echo Whiskey, that's a new one.
I don't know him.
The world's most easily messed up tail sign, I tell you.
600, Delta 749,
Did we hear on the way down? I mean, it wasn't even in the neighborhood.
Legged at flight level
What did
270.
we, I think it was 55 Sierra whiskey.
Yeah, 557
after Leggett,
Sierra Whiskey or something like that, yeah. Right.
After Leggett, send
I don't know
maintain
what it
flight
is
level
about
200,
that
Delta 749.
Tail number.
Kilo whiskey is the most common one we
Yeah.
get. For certain.
It's pretty funny.
Jack Center, Alaska 419, 12-2 for 16,000.
So I haven't done
Jack Center, climb and maintain for level
Airstat's Airborne
260.
Book of the Month Club in a
260,
while.
419.
But if you are into aviation, I would highly suggest you pick up a copy of Boyd, the fighter pilot who changed the art of war by Robert
361, Jack Center,
Coram.
climb and maintain for level
Excellent book.
200.
He wasn't a very good family guy, but he was an incredible pilot, very smart, very gifted, did a lot of things even outside of aviation. But it's a very good book. I enjoyed the read.
Jet 313, Jackson Roger, climb and maintain for level 260.
I might leave out a couple of details, but it was kind of cool. One of the things he would do in fighter pilot test school.
Alaska 419, put her at Patoy.
Or was it, maybe it was just
Direct
Edwards
to
Air Force Base
Patoy,
or whatever.
Alaska 419.
I know, the details are a little fuzzy. We're through 18, 29902, rec lights off, air conditioning's good, we got oxygen.
Standard and blowers off.
But he would set up a competition with younger pilots, I guess. And they're going to start out on his 6. And he said, in 30 seconds, I think, or 60 seconds, I'll be on your tail. And they're thinking, okay, he'll go this way, I'll go this way, he'll go that way, I'll go that way. There's no way. And I think he won every bet within 60 seconds or 30 seconds or less. He ended up on their tail, except for one he fought to a draw. But he was just so violent in the airplane, he just would fly it around at its maximum capabilities and just blow people away. It's a great story. It's a good read. If you're into aviation and haven't read it.
November 7 X-ray Whiskey, contact Jack Center 125.17.
2517, 7 X-ray Whiskey, see ya.
Jet 313, contact Jack Center 125.17.
Jacksonville Thunder, good afternoon. Citation 577 X-ray Whiskey 190, climbing 260.
For 577 X-ray Whiskey, Jacksonville Center, climb maintain, follow 340.
Climbing 340, 577 X-ray Whiskey.
Envoy 3363, clear at defund.
Sounds like a real life map right.
Yeah, 340 set. Well, what was really interesting to me as a civilian was the degree to which
Jet 313, Jacksonville Center, welcome, turn 15.
you think America's got enemies that you're fighting. It's like, no, most of the fighting is between the Navy, the Marines, the Air Force, and the Army, funding out of the out of the government. So he spent a lot of time with that. But it's just, he's one of these guys that...
Jet 313, Jacksonville Center, turn 15 right.
Didn't have a filter.
Maintain, follow 300.
And I think there was a story in there about... when they were building the F-111, I think it was the airplane, and he would do this thing called wiping the cockpit, you know, put a hydraulic mule on it and take the controls and just bang, all corners of the cockpit, sprung a bunch of leaks, you know, broke some seals, who knows, whatever, and goes in there and tells whatever the higher ranking officer it is, discovered a problem with your airplane. He's like, no, you didn't. Anyway, he had to go. I think they were going to drum him out of the military, the Air Force there. But he had to go and basically repeat the performance and show him the weakness in it. But anyway, he had a hand in designing, I think, F-16, F-15, F-14, F-111, all kinds of stuff.
Number 7 X-ray Whiskey, amend altitude, maintain, follow 300.
Climbing 300, 7 X-ray Whiskey.
300, altitude selected. So we're getting a little bounce around, a little ice, tiny little bit of ice on the wings. Not enough to blow the boots.
What year was he working on all this?
Let me think. It had to be like... The other thing that was energy management theory. That was something he was involved in for fighting, for air-to-air combat. 42nd Boyd. That was what it was.
Huh.
Never defeated. Let's see, when was he born? Seems like 60s, 70s, that era. I'm going to have to read it again. It really wasn't really left. Good.
10 left, Jet 313.
He might have been born in the 30s.
Jackson, last 419, 60.
Last 419, Jackson, roger, climb, maintain, follow 340.
Climb 340 left.
Watch, he's actually still alive, and he's
No.
He's going to hear that comment
No.
and not being a good family man. And, ooh-wee.
Well, it's in the book. He was born in 1927.
I guess this is not an autobiography then.
No. But it was just, it is a very good read. You can hardly put it down.
I'll have to take a look at it.
Yep.
I'm always looking to add good stuff to my Kindle list.
Yes.
Except, you know, the fact that I pay a monthly subscription for Kindle and I still have to purchase books.
Jack, last
A lot of stuff isn't included with it.
Oh, yeah. Good things that you want to read are not included.
No,
affirmative.
No, it's, you know, a bunch of random stuff that you read the summary of and you're just like, yeah, I'm good.
I had a Kindle, but I gave it to my daughter-in-law. I don't know, just the way you hold it, it doesn't feel... You gotta hold, can't touch the edges, or you might accidentally turn it off. I don't know.
You're showing your age.
Yeah, well, I just like the tactile sensation of holding a book. I like to write notes and underline things. Damn touch screens. All these newfangled things. It'll never work.
313, clear at Camjo.
But
I have an appreciation for both, I will say.
Well, I mean, the cool thing is, especially if you like to travel, you can have 500 books with you, and it still only weighs 16 ounces or whatever.
Sponsor us, Kindle.
Yep.
313, climb, maintain,
by
fall
Kindle.
400. 400.
Electronic fancy notepad book things.
I will say there's a lot of companies that I would want to get a business deal on. I don't know if Kindle is Kindle and anything Amazon might be one of them, but
well, AirStat with Perry is looking for sponsors. If any of you out there would like to sponsor our content, please get in touch with us. We could use the help.
Except for you, Kindle.
Except for Kindle. We don't. Okay, so I did buy this thing that was really cool, and that is a Remarkable. Have you seen those? So it is a a pad just like a Kindle, and it's basically a limitless supply of paper.
Yeah, I have seen those actually.
That is.
Yeah.
So when they first came out, I bought one, and then I thought, nah, I don't need this, and I sold it on eBay. In case eBay would like to sponsor Airstat with Perry, anyway. And then later on, I bought another one, and I mean, I have so much stuff on this thing, and yeah, you got to pay a subscription if you want to have it linked to the
cloud.
To the cloud. There's the cloud right there. I think we just went by the cloud, where everything is stored. But anyway, I mean, I put so much stuff on it, documents, and then just it's become a kind of addicting. So remarkable. If you would like to sponsor Airstat with Perry, I'll bring the tablet with me and show the functionality of it. But
yeah, I actually remember the first time I saw one. Lauren and I were getting our will updated before we left the Army, and our lawyer had one.
Yeah.
And both of us, literally, we saw him writing it, and we're like, what is that thing?
Yeah.
And he told us.
I had an attorney with one, but yeah, it's pretty addicting because I mean, you know, the amount of knowledge I'm supposed to know and not be in the office to access it, right? Now it's here. Okay, I can look up this airplane, I can look up this contract, I can look up this, whatever, and it's all right there. Yeah, it's pretty cool, I have to admit. That's pretty cool.
7 X-ray Whiskey, resume normal speed.
Normal speed.
7 X-ray Whiskey, thanks.
Well, let's see if we can climb out of some of this.
Airshow 361.
I was taking a look at our climb rate, just
Airshow
slowly
361,
decreasing.
Jacksonville Center, climb maintain, flight level 340.
Let's get up and out. We will convert our potential energy into kinetic energy, shall we now?
Look at you. Link it back.
Science guy, man. I'm telling you, look at that. Boom. Boom. And now we're smoothed out and it's clearing out so we can turn the ice off, get a little bit of power back. This is kinetical energy. Brought to you by
Jacksonville, Moxie 812, 225, climbing 260.
Moxie 812, Jacksonville Center, clear at Rome, Georgia, Romeo Mike Golf, climb maintain, call 340.
Direct Romeo Mike Golf, climb maintain 340.
Well, I mean, I have a couple of headsets I use, and they probably should be sponsoring me. I broke my Clarity Aloft headset, the skinny one.
American 2742,
and I sent it off. I now can't say it. Clarity Aloft. I sent it off.
American 2740, Jacksonville Center, Roger.
So, and it's within the 3-year warranty period, so they've repaired it and are sending it back.
That's the one that was giving you.
Yeah, it was giving me fits because I had the molded ear thing. I'm just going to go back to the little earplug things because there's less messing with it, trying to fit it in your ear, and it's a little, I don't know. Those things have to be like perfect to be comfortable, but they have the little soft earplugs, 3 different sizes, and you can put those in, and that works just fine.
That is the one thing I did not miss about swapping from rotary to fixed wing was I loved the helmet. Don't get me wrong.
Right.
You know, the Army pilot helmet. That thing just made you feel like a.
Yeah.
But the
American 2740, clear at G-Con.
But the little inserts with the soft plug for your ears, those things hurt like a.
Oh, really?
They were just not a good time.
Right. So you can say. We'll cut that.
Jack
now,
Center, low,
say they hurt like something that I can actually put on the internet.
That's 2032, Jack Center, clear at Georgia, climb
so those little
maintain,
soft tip things.
They hurt really, really bad.
Georgia, climb 340, 2032.
Sorry.
Jack Center, Southwest 2236, flight level 22, climbing flight level 260.
When you talk about the Army, it brings back language habits.
2236, Jacksonville Center, Roger, climb and maintain.
So I have a friend, he was in the Army, he was a helicopter pilot. I just saw he published something on LinkedIn the other day. Says, I'll miss the clowns, but not the circus.
That's a pretty good,
huh?
accurate summary. Yeah.
All right.
I was talking to Floyd.
Yeah.
And you know, I was telling him, I was like, you know, that was kind of one of the nice things about going from the Army to Airstat. You know, I always talked about how I was going to miss building relationships with the other pilots that we had at the unit, and how that was, you know, what felt like exclusively an Army thing. You know, wanted to go
29 to 30.
Climbing Whiskey, climb maintain, call 340.
Climbing 340, 577 X-ray Whiskey.
340.
Stitch at 313,
and then,
contact Jack Center 132.82.
Here at Airstat, you know, there's a small group of pilots. You get to fly with each person, and you know, learn about them and build relationships with them, and it's very similar. So
Yeah.
I've appreciated that.
That I missed when I was at Raytheon Travel Air, now no longer in existence, and it was that
Airshare 361,
squadron mentality, you know, and there's,
135.62.
you hit a popular location and you'll have 4, 5, 6 pilots at the, well, not 5, you always have to have an even number, 2, 4, or 6 pilots at the, and it was good, you know, because you knew a bunch of people. And just the other day, I ran into Sherman in Washington, D.C. Sherman, if you're out there, I know you're watching. And we hadn't seen each other in a while, so of course I forgot his name.
Center, Roger. Who else called?
I didn't forget his face, though, so.
Barry 2740, it's been reported, but thanks for letting me know.
Yeah, so that, yeah, it is a good thing. We got a good group here.
Center American 1844 is level at 340, elect request 360.
American 1844, Jacksonville Center, Roger.
Still struggling with the seatbelt, don't
Yeah,
worry.
we're having issues.
Yeah, I mean, we briefed the passengers. Did we remember to brief me?
No, you need, hey, buckle your seatbelt, will you?
953, Jacksonville Center, turn 30 right, vectors climb, maintain, follow tree.
It has to be buckled, that doesn't mean it has to fit.
0 and 30 right, southwest, 953.
So Stephen informed me that he is heading off to greener, well, to other pastures. Yeah, yeah. And so he's had a good time here, and we've enjoyed it, and he's going to go and try and give the regional airline world a try.
It goes before it starts to smooth out.
Yep,
But,
Let me get a 34, I think it'll just be
That'll be
very
good, that'll be good.
No, it'll be a good experience, and don't worry, we'll keep a seat for you so that you can come back to it when you're fun. No, I'm kidding, but.
Number 577, X-ray Whiskey, contact Jack Center, 133.87.
3387, 7 X-ray Whiskey tip.
So if anybody has any questions out there for Stephen, go ahead.
Center, good afternoon. Citation 577, X-ray Whiskey 311, climbing 340.
577, X-ray Whiskey, Jack Center, roger.
So if anybody out there has any question for Steve, you better ask him in a hurry because he'll be gone here in about 60 days, whatever. And you are going to
Piedmont.
Piedmont. So
Piedmont Airlines.
Yep.
Shout out to them.
Book your flights on some other airline. I mean, I don't know.
They're an American wholly owned.
They're awesome,
Yep,
awesome.
So fly American, you might see me.
There you go.
On the shorter legs, but yeah, it'll be a good time. Looking forward to it. So I'll be making that adjustment here in about 45 days.
Yeah. Oh wow.
Take.
Yeah. Well.
So
that'll
you know, you got to get through training.
Yeah.
All the good parts.
Takes a while to get in the air.
Yes, it does. Yes, it does. Not only that, but you know, if you finish training and then you get to spend a lot of time really becoming acquainted with your first base as you sit on reserve. So shout out to Philadelphia, you know.
All right. We'll wave at you every time we go by.
There you go. There you go. Also, if anyone has a crash pad,
oh yeah,
they're looking for a roommate.
Number 577 X-ray Whiskey, climb maintain follow level 350.
Climbing 350, 577 X-ray Whiskey.
350 altitude select is armed. Yep.
Yeah,
well,
that is.
You know, I don't mind us being a residential assistance kind of service, but we're not going to do dating stuff. All right. We'll not be dating with AirStat.
Happily married.
Yeah.
Well, not. I think there's not a single pilot that's not married in AirStat.
Yeah, we got rid of all the single guys. They all went away. So yeah, everybody's. I think except for one. Yeah.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Most of us have kids.
Yep.
So.
Hey, speaking of which,
oh, yeah.
I guess I should do a shout out for my son, oldest of my two sons. Jackson is working on his private license, as y'all all know from the website, and Perry has been working diligently on his instrument rating, and just this last Saturday he passed his instrument rating. So he's got that going, and I guess he'll give it a little bit of time to just let that percolate, and then maybe he'll start doing a multi-engine and then a commercial and all that kind of stuff. So, yep, my son Perry got his instrument rating just this last Saturday, so yeehaw.
Woo, congrats, Perry.
Yay, party.
Good job, P2. That'll be good.
So I told my sons that they had to do 3 things, and that was learn to play a musical instrument, do a sport, and solo in an airplane. So I soloed both of my sons, and I had to make sure they got a little extra flying than maybe other people might, because if I came home without one, my wife would definitely kill me. So anyway, they both soloed, and I told them you never have to fly again if you don't want to. But if you want to, we're definitely an airplane family. So they've both kind of pushed forward a little bit on that. So 34 to 35, nice and clear on top here. Very lovely view.
It's the best type of flying.
Ah, absolutely.
Yeah, I took my daughter,
Yep.
Gia, up on a flight. Let's see, she was a little over a year and a half.
Yep.
And so I was in the middle of doing a course out of Wilcox, Arizona called Flight Fundamentals. Shout out to Mike, thank you for the help there. Where the whole basis is, hey, you know, a lot of military guys like me don't have any experience in piston aircraft, as we've discussed a couple times. You know, come out, get more confident in a single engine, and you know, you can kind of go from there. I know he's got like a CFI portion of the course that you can take, which I opted not to go that route. But so yeah, got to towed around in a 172 for a week, and at the end of it, you know, I told him before going there, hey, you know, one thing I'd love to do is be confident enough to take my family up flying.
Yeah, right.
And he got me to that point, and
level
so
350.
350, we were captured. Everything's set here. And so the last day, you know, got to take the aircraft for a day and flew the wife and daughter to Marana for breakfast.
Yeah.
From Fort Huachuca, and you know, she slept the entire way. We loaded up her car seat and strapped it in. She slept the entire way, and then on the way back, you know, she's looking around, having a great time. And when we landed, we taxied out and we started taking everything out of the plane and moving away. And she, she was 18 months.
Yeah.
No, yeah, 18 months at the time. As an 18-month-old, did not want to leave the plane.
Oh, that's cool.
Did not want to leave it. You know, the entire time we were walking away, she was crying and reaching for it. And so we actually got a picture of her walking away from the 172, tears streaming down her face. And I captioned it, baby's first check ride failure. So, but ever since then, you know, she's loved flying, and she's loved, you know, watching me fly and getting videos and pictures of stuff on my trips. So
cool.
Hopefully I've got a little pilot in the making.
There you go.
Not for a career, but you know, same thing with your sons, where it's like, hey, get into it,
American 687,
have an understanding of it, and if you want to pursue it,
yeah,
go for it.
Exactly.
Level 280, American.
Yeah, it's been years since we did it, but it took when my kids were younger, probably 6 or 7 or something like that, we rented a 172 and went down to Amelia Island for a vacation. We're going to spend a weekend, and well, there was a hurricane coming, because every time we go on a vacation, massive weather storms magically appear. But anyway, so there's a hurricane coming, so I was like, well, what do you want to do? Let's go over to Okefenokee Swamp. So we got in the airplane, had about a 40-knot tailwind with the oncoming hurricane. People are shuttering up their windows when they leave. We go over to the swamp, we do that kind of thing, and it's like, I mean, we were kind of just done, so we just said, well, let's just go home. So we go home, and, you know, well rested and all that kind of stuff. I'm like, yeah, that's why people fly, to do this kind of stuff. So that's why AirStat is here. Load your friends up. Yes, it's not a cheap thing, but you put 6 or 8 people on an airplane, then you can easily afford to go somewhere and have a weekend somewhere. New York, the Bahamas, South Florida, you know, you want to go on a hunting trip, shopping trip, sports things, all that kind of stuff, or just go down to the panhandle of Florida for a little weekend. It is actually very affordable, and it's something that you ought to do once in your life. So airstat.net will get you there.
Well, the fact that you named our top 3 destinations as well. South Florida, Bahamas, New York.
There you go.
Those are the 3.
Yeah, I mean, you spend a lot of time doing that. Yeah.
Almost like they're desirable locations.
Almost.
People are going to, so.
The most heavily traveled air route in the country, surprising to no one, I think, would be New York. Any airport, down to West Palm Beach.
Fort Lauderdale.
Yeah.
Still works.
Yeah.
Center Delta 29 degrees,
Yeah,
25 for 240.
I wish that my
Delta.
my log 10 like flight map that shows you all your different destinations. I wish it was a little more exciting, but there is a lot of north-south routes along the coast.
If I ever retire, I might spend a week just counting how many times. I mean, it's a ridiculous amount of times up and down the Florida coast.
Jack 2109 out of 32 for 29055 this side of the
pull up that, what is it, Google map thing, with a little red
or 300 or more.
pins for where you, oh my gosh, good grief. You don't realize how many places you've been until you do something like that.
Yeah, I wish it would actually load in the aircraft, but it needs Apple Maps. But I mean, you can see a pretty thorough outline of the United States there.
That's cool.
Everywhere I've ventured. Yeah.
Oh, that's neat.
Yep.
I've been everywhere, man. I won't sing.
I would love if you would, actually. We could turn Airstat into an a cappella karaoke.
There you go.
I think it would uptick the views, in all honesty.
Swing low chariot, set me down easy. Taxi to the terminal gate. A little about me and then won't let this boy wait. So I used to listen to that Elvis singing. What song is that?
Hello, Jack Center, Conquest 441.
Swing low chariot, set me down easy. Taxi to the terminal gate.
November 441 Whiskey.
People there who care about me, they won't let us.
November 7 X-ray Whiskey, contact Jack Center 133.3.
333, 7 X-ray Whiskey, see ya.
American 687.
20 left, Delta 11.
I can't remember.
Delta 1950, flight level 390. Delta 1950, Jack Center, roger.
Jack Center, good afternoon. Citation 577 X-ray Whiskey 350.
Contact Jack Center on November 577 X-ray Whiskey, contact Jack Center 135.907.
3597, 7 X-ray Whiskey, see ya.
That was quick.
Short stay.
November 2 Alpha Papa, go ahead.
Yeah, looks like we'd like to put in for Vero Beach at this point. Victor Romeo Bravo.
For a while. Like what amenities
approach
come with that?
I don't know that any amenities do.
You know,
you just
get Wi-Fi?
You just do it.
Is there air conditioning at least?
Oh, I don't know.
08, contact.
So we're in the descent now into Charleston. Things have smoothed out. And it was a short flight, but still fun. And maybe we'll get a landing we'll get the landing on camera here into Charleston. And
I was gonna say, I'm like, hopefully we'll get a. You said
hopefully
maybe we'll get
a
a landing. I'm like, I think we need one.
I hope we'll get a landing.
We're due for one.
It's like my doctor friend told me, sooner or later all bleeding stops. Sooner or later all flying stops too. It's gonna land somewhere. It's gonna land somewhere. I've been doing this for 42 years, and I promise you, never, ever, ever have I left anybody up there.
It's a good track record. It's real good.
100%. I get them all down. I get them back down.
Always remember, takeoffs are optional.
Takeoffs are optional.
Landings are mandatory.
Descent checklist and below 18, please. Rec lights on.
All right, your standard. I got some bleeds available for you.
Bleeds coming on. The bleed system in here basically takes warm air and blows it over the windshield as a way to prevent fogging and icing of the windshield.
And my 2014 Ford Fusion does the same. Listen, I'm literally
1465 Jack.
Ice on the windshield from our bleed system. Wait a minute, I didn't turn it on.
No, it's not on?
Now it's on.
Approved. Just let me know when you got the field.
All right, let's back up. We'll climb back up and we'll reshoot that. Take two. Nailed it.
Descent checklist, please. Anti-ice is on. De-ice, default. Windshield
pressure. I don't think we're going to need an AC here. It's pretty comfortable. I'll give them their blower back, though. And before landing, seatbelt harnesses are checked secured. Avionics and flight instruments. I'll get you set up here for the ILS 15 momentarily. And then we'll be up to flaps.
Perfect.
Blue 341, take care.
All right.
577 X-ray Whiskey. Continue good rate down to 11 for Charleston and contact approach 120.7. Good day.
120.7, good rate down to 11. 577 X-ray Whiskey.
American 345, contact Jax 126.12. Good day.
Quebec was current.
Okay.
Guarantee it's not anymore.
Simultaneous approach is good.
I'm not listening to all that shit again. All that stuff. Sorry, this is a family channel.
I mean, I'll put it in there how you want.
Don't do that. I'm not on with Piedmont just yet.
Okay, all right.
Cut all that.
Okay,
Cut it
we'll
all.
do that. I'd just like to say this descent is brought to you by Jet Shades for all your aircraft temperature reducing cockpit window needs. The Jet Shades really have made a difference, haven't they? And you can have them installed at Airstat. We will install them for you. So, yeah.
Charleston approach, good afternoon. Citation 577 X-ray Whiskey 14000 descending 11000 with Quebec.
4577 X-ray Whiskey, Charleston approach, altimeter 298, expected visual approach runway 15.
2999 and visual 157 X-ray Whiskey.
I will say these do make an absolutely monumental difference.
Oh, they do.
I can't imagine how hot this cockpit would be.
It's like a terrarium
without them.
Or
I've
one
been
of those
spoiled.
glassed-in boxes where they grow plants in it.
I've been absolutely spoiled. The fact that I haven't had to experience what that's like without these.
Yeah, we can help you, but
I'm
not
okay.
with me on board.
We'll do an experiment with Rick. I'm sure he'd really like that.
He would appreciate that.
Yeah.
7 X-ray Whiskey 5 heading 020 to maintain 2000.
020 descending 2000, 577 X-ray Whiskey.
All right, 020 down to 2,000 feet.
See them both. And armed.
Out select, heading mode.
243.
I gotta get one of those little noise reducing things on the end of my headset boom mic. I had one somewhere, but I don't know what I did with it.
All right. Got the ILS 15 into Charleston.
Perfect.
Charleston approach.
109.7 is up in both. Got your course preset of 154.
All right.
9,000 feet available for landing. Touchdown zone just a hair above sea level.
That wasn't us, but that's us.
You'll have a
4,000. We're climbing out of
course
10,000.
intercept above 1,600.
That'll
be your final
34 Whiskey, Charles approach, altimeter 2999.
243 DA.
2999.
Then miss approach, climb to 500. Then climbing left, turn to 3,500 to Wando and hold.
Hopefully we won't be doing any missed approaching. We're below 10 now, sterile. Cockpit pack sign is on, slow into 250.
I'm not going to be able to call the airport for you.
Yeah, probably not.
No, it's this haze.
Somebody 3,500 feet below us.
63605 Charleston approach, altimeter 2999, say request. 605, roger, thank you.
It doesn't look like it.
Just going to go ahead and get on down here because we're going to be...
It says LTA. I assume that means lighter than air.
7 X-ray Whiskey, turn right, heading 060, report Charleston site.
060, Wilco, 7 X-ray Whiskey.
I don't think it means lighter than air. It must mean like light aircraft or something like that. But
yeah.
Okay. I got about 7 miles visibility, maybe.
Yeah, no joy in the airport.
I can see Charleston, the city.
I think I've got it at our about 230.
Yeah, it kind of looks like it.
Yeah. Yep, that's it.
Okay.
Field in sight, 7 X-ray Whiskey.
7 X-ray Whiskey, cleared visual approach 15, contact tower.
Clear for the visual 15 over to tower, 7 X-ray Whiskey, see you. Charleston Tower, good afternoon, citation 577 X-ray Whiskey, visual 15, full stop.
577 X-ray Whiskey, Charleston Tower, good evening, altimeter, correction, winds are 1805, runway 15, clear to land.
Clear to land, runway 15, 7 X-ray Whiskey.
Okay. Clear to land, 15.
You'll be turning just outside of final at Ashley.
Yep. All right.
So, in fact, here, I'll help you out here. Just give you a reference.
Sure. 8 miles out. Let's do flaps 1.
Roger that. Speed checks. Flaps moving. Flaps are 1. Just watch your descent.
Turning final, 6 miles out. Flaps 2.
Speed still checks. Flaps 2. Fans off. Or correction, sinks off. Take the bleeds off if you like.
Yes, let's do that.
Bleeds are away. Ready for gear?
5 miles out. Yep. Gear down before landing checklist.
Gear moving. Lights are on. Alright, 3 green, no red. Flaps are 2. Any skid is on. Landing lights are on. Igniters are normal. Flaps to land will be next.
Thank you. And I always do pack safety all the way up. Okay, that's 4 miles. Let's go flaps to land, please.
Roger, speed checks, flaps moving.
Final check. Gears down through the grain lobby. Confirm flaps coming to full. Sync is off. Y'all damn to go. Clear to land. 15.
96 for the ref.
Thank you.
All right, flaps are full. We are through your NORAD. Y'all have to go.
500.
Bird high, no factor. All right, about ref and 15.
Minimums.
Yep,
Minimums.
same.
Clear.
Y'all damn soft.
Roger. Landing checks are complete. Ref and 10. To ref. 4 lights, 6 lights. 60.
There's 7 X-ray whiskey, where are you parking?
Parked Atlantic, 7 X-ray whiskey.
7 X-ray whiskey, left at Alpha, contact ground point 9.
Left Alpha over to ground 9, 7 X-ray whiskey.
Alpha. And then ground point 9.
Yeah, so this is intersecting
Pass
runway and then
this-
left turn.
Perfect.
Charleston ground, citation 577, X-ray whiskey is clear 15 Alpha, taxi in Atlantic.
Citation 577, X-ray whiskey, tax Charleston ground, taxi to Atlantic via Alpha Golf.
Alpha Golf, 7 X-ray whiskey.
Number 2's away. Marshal is in sight.
Inside.
4 Charleston clear, stand by.
Welcome to Charleston.
I'll hop out and help them with bags. Not sure if you want to pick up our outbound.
I can do it.
All right. We can just turn and burn.
Okay.
You're clear to the right. Fan's coming off.
Awesome. Awesome. Awesome.
Skyhawk 003.